Welcome back to YouTube. We are about to start the hunt phase for, I believe this is going on Lantern Year 4. Again, starting off the Lantern Years with the settlement phase. We did Lantern Year 3, so I guess this would be the Lantern Year 3 hunt phase and Lantern Year 3 Showdown. Did get a suggestion last time about showing the characters before we start, and so we will go ahead and do that. So right here you have Eve. Eve has a -1 strength. She got from the gaping chest wound. She does have the leader skill. She does have 1 armor on almost everything except for the arms. Some 6 insanity. And if you look down here, she is equipped with a cloth, a rawhide headband, rawhide vest with the connection to the bone blade, and cloth leggings that we actually found off of the house rule of the provo parts. If we slide over here, you've got Athena. Not much going on with Athena. She does have a +1 strength. She does have our catgut bow, so hopefully she can keep distance from the white lion and do some damage. Here we've got Zeus. So Zeus is our tank. He's got a +1 strength and a +2 evasion from his equipment. He does have binge eating, so he has to depart with an consumable. He does have an entire rawhide armor set. He does have the crazed fighting art, which gives him an insanity on a perfect hit. Not so bad, but he does have 13 insanity, so not really needing that to give him any more insanity. But you do see the monster grease, the full set of rawhide armor. We do have a stone noses on him, and he does have our bone axe, so hopefully he's going to be the one doing a lot of the damage. Finally, over here we have Adam. So Adam does have +2 strength. He was the one that actually chopped off the strange hand from the white lion from the initial prologue. He's using fist and tooth, so hopefully we can get his specialization on that. And we're starting him off with the white lion armor set. So he does have the white lion coat and the white lion helm, and he also has the stone noses. So hopefully that helps you guys visualize what's going on when we actually get to the showdown, and well, it may affect us in the hunt too. So you see we're hunting the level 1 white lion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully if you watch the other videos so you know kind of where we're at and how the pacing goes. So without delay, let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead, and since it is a white lion reveal, we're going to go ahead and let Eve do it. And if you look over to the right, I'll put the monster controller token over here, which signifies who's actually going to be revealing the hunt locations, and we're going to go around in clockwise. One other thing, just real quick, I did get called out on one of the rules. I guess on a previous showdown, I had actually stayed still with the catgut bow. And when you aim with the catgut bow, you get +2 accuracy. For some reason, I had thought in my mind that it gives me extra distance to actually hit the white lion. So I fired the catgut bow from a distance of 9, and one of the commenters called me out, which I much appreciate. And so what we're going to do, and if you've seen my other videos, you know, I keep track of how many cheats, unintentional cheats of course, that I've actually done in the campaign. So this is the second mistake I have. So I'm going to record right here where it says cheat. I'm up to 2 mistakes so far that I know about. Call me out. It's a fun way to track, you know, how many times we've actually made a mistake. That one didn't really affect me, positive or negative, because I did miss that shot. But again, I didn't follow the rule, so I'll count that down as a cheat. The Story in the Snow story event, if we ever get to that, that actually has a modifier on the roll based upon how many cheats you've actually done. So that's kind of the way I roll that into my campaign. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So Eve's going to go ahead and reveal the first location. So here we go, and it's the Sea of Golden Grass. So I'll go ahead and read it to you. Fields of golden grass lay ahead. The event revealer, which is Eve, may choose to avoid the plains and roll twice on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. Otherwise, each survivor gets a courage and the event revealer rolls on the table. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So everybody's going to get a courage. And Athena has reached bold. So she's at 3. So before we roll on the table, I kind of do these things in sequence. Before we roll on the table, I'm going to go ahead and trigger the bold story event. Okay, so bold. In a single moment, your perspective changes profoundly. Select the triumph corresponding to the current game phase. A survivor may only gain these benefits once in a lifetime. So we're on the hunt phase. So Athena is going to get prepared. When rolling to determine a straggler, add your hunt experience to your roll result. Okay? We'll read the hunt phase triumph. Expect the unexpected. You are prepared to face any mind-bending threat at a moment's notice. Where others may falter, you forge ahead, meeting the journey head-on. Gain the following ability and roll on the table below. So we gain prepared, and we're going to go ahead and roll on this table. And it is a 7. Gain +1 understanding. Not bad. Not only does she get a courage off of this, she actually gets an understanding, which gives her 2 understanding, and we'll fill in the prepared. Okay? So we'll continue on with the Sea of Golden Grass. It says the event revealer may roll on the table. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And again, high is always good. That's a 5. We'll read that. Let's see. The survivors circle the tall grass. Lost. Roll on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. Okay. So we're going to roll on this table anyways. So opening up the table. Red is first. 47. Let's see what 47 is. Okay, 47 is, I don't know if you can see it, it's down here, it's banquet trees. Let me read that to you. A small copse of trees rises over an otherwise lifeless plain. Enticing red fruit hangs from the branches. Each survivor must spend a survival to resist the temptation to consume the fruit. Insane survivors and survivors with binge eating disorder must consume the fruit. Well, we have one of those in Zeus. All survivors who consume the fruit roll a d10. So really there is no benefit to this, there's only negatives. So we're going to go ahead and spend the survival on everyone. That would be, well, let me read again. Insane survivors and survivors with binge eating. Well, backing it up, Zeus has 13, Adam has 7, Eve has 6, and Athena has 6. Guess what? All of my survivors are insane. So all of them are going to consume. So basically a 1 through 5, the addictive fruit savages your insides, lose a survival, and roll again on the table. If you have no survival, suffer 2 event damage to the random hit location. On a 6+, you belch loudly in dissatisfaction and walk away. This should be interesting. Alright, so we need a 6+ on all of our survivors. So we're going to start with Eve. And Eve gets a 6. So on a 6, you belch loudly in satisfaction and walk away. Athena. She loses a survival. So she is down to 2 survival because she only had 3. And we'll go ahead and roll for Athena again. That's a 2. She's down to 1 survival. She's down to no survival. Okay, wait a minute. She's got no survival. Then it says, if any survivor, okay, wait. The addictive fruit savages your insides. Lose 1 survival and roll again on the table. If you have no survival, suffer 2 event damage to a random location. So 2 event damage to the waist. Okay, and we'll go ahead and roll again for her. That's a 2. That's 2 event damage to the foot. That's 2 event damage to the head. And finally she's done. So the foot and the head. So in the end, because you can't take a severe injury from the hunt phase, We filled in the head box, and she's got light and heavy to the legs, and she has a light to the waist with no survival. That was interesting. Zeus is going to roll. So Zeus is good. He got a 7. And Adam got a 7. So it looks like Athena absorbed all of our negatives on that one. And that will be the end of the hunt event. So all the survivors are going to move forward. Athena is now the event revealer. Scratching grounds. I know it's blurry. Hopefully you guys can see it on this camera instead. Scratching grounds. Claw marks scar the ground. The survivors may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gains +1 courage and rolls on the table. Well, everyone's going to investigate. So it brings Eve to bold. It brings Adam to bold. And it brings Zeus to bold. So we know what it does on the hunt phase. Everyone is prepared. Not the best one to have, but I'm okay with it. And we'll go ahead and read the bold story event. In a single moment, your perspective changes profoundly. It is again on the hunt phase, so expect the unexpected. You are prepared to face any mind-bending trials at a moment's notice. When others may falter, you forge ahead, meeting the journey head-on, gain the following ability, and roll on the table below. So we gave everybody prepared, and now let's go and roll for Eve. So Eve got a 5, so that would be +1 understanding for Eve. That is her first understanding. We'll roll for Adam. Adam gets +1 understanding. And finally, we're going to go ahead and roll for Zeus. That's a 10. Let's see what a 10 does. Gain +1 permanent movement. That's excellent. So Zeus is sitting at basically a movement of 6 now. So it's a very good one. And now roll on the table below. So each survivor that investigates gains +1 courage and rolls on the table below. Everybody investigated. So we're going to roll on this table, and we're going to start with Eve. Eve got a 1. Shifting through the rubble, shifting stone crushes the survivor's hand. The survivor suffers 1 event damage to the arm location. So she is going to take a light injury to the arm. We're going to go ahead and do Athena. Athena got a 7. Nothing happens. Adam got a 2. He takes an event damage to the arm. That is also a light injury for him. He doesn't have any arm armor. And lastly, Zeus, 1. He'll take an injury to the arm. He does have 2 armor on the arm, so he's down to 1. If no one investigates, roll a random hunt event. So everyone investigated, so we're good there. And we'll move forward. The event revealer is now going to be Zeus. He's going to reveal this event. And I have Object of Desire. So the survivors see a tree in the distance, reaching up from the horizon like a desperate, gnarled hand. Players may nominate a survivor with 3+ courage to investigate. If they do, add the lonely tree to the card and roll on the table. If not, I'm going to roll a random hunt event. We're going to go ahead and actually we're going to let we're going to go ahead and let Athena do it. The reason why is Athena's got the bow. The options here that she starts off next to the lonely tree. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So it's a 7. So down here on the card is a 7. So let me read the card. If they do, add the Lonely Tree terrain card to the Showdown setup and roll on the table. On a 4+, there is something unsettling about the tree. Suffer 2 brain damage and start the Showdown adjacent to the Lonely Tree. Not bad. So she's down to 4 insanity, and she'll start next to the Lonely Tree, knockdown, and we'll see you at the Showdown. And we are back with the Showdown phase. As you can see, I've set up the board. With the Object to Desire hunt event that we actually got, we set up the Lonely Tree 4 spaces away from the board edge and dropped one of the Nightmare Fruit at its base. So I put that in the back because I really don't want the White Lion eating that. He actually gets to heal 1. And Athena, who investigated the tree, actually gets to start next to the tree. Since she rolled high enough, she isn't the priority target. She isn't knocked down. She just starts next to the tree. The White Lion always starts with the 2 tall grasses, which we've set up here, so that our survivors can actually start there. And we have a survivor corpse that we drew right next to the White Lion here, and the 3 stone columns, which really don't do us any good. So what I've done is I put them way over there, lined up against the board. We want Zeus to actually be attacked first, so I've given him the monster controller card, and I've set up the decks, and we are ready to go. Now, as you can see, the White Lion actually will start with Monster Fruit, meaning that if he is within 5 spaces of the Nightmare Fruit, he's going to go and try to eat it. And then you also have the Nightmare Fruit trait card, which means that if he eats it, that's what happens. We can try to defuse the fruit, but that's pretty risky. There's not a lot of benefit to that. So we will go ahead and start this phase, and the White Lion gets to go first. Just as a side note, I do have stone noses on Adam and Zeus, so I bumped Adam's insanity up to 8, and I bumped Zeus' insanity up to 14. So let's go ahead and get started with this Showdown, and give the White Lion his turn. So we'll go ahead and draw for the White Lion's turn. His first turn starts with Claw. Oh, that's good. Okay, so closest threat facing in range. So we're going to make it Zeus. Not that Zeus needs the insanity, but he is our tank. So he does get attacked first. He does get an insanity for being the one that gets attacked. So his insanity is up to 15. So Claw states closest threat facing in range. Well, we'll make it Zeus. And it's movement attack target. So it's speed 2, 2+ accuracy, and it's 1 damage. Now, if you remember right, Zeus has 2 evasion. 1 for his rawhide vest and 1 for his monster grease. Plus he's in the grass, which gives him another 2 evasion. So it's not a 2+ to hit, it's a 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+. It's a 6+ to hit Zeus. So we'll go ahead and roll for that. It's a 3 and a 9. So we'll go ahead and see where it hits Zeus. And it'll hit Zeus in the body. So currently, Zeus has 2 armor in the body, so we'll go ahead and take that one. And just remember, he's got 2 armor everywhere. He's got 1 for the basic armor equipment that he's got at each location, plus an additional 1 because he's got the entire rawhide set. The only thing he's got is 1 armor taken off of his arms, and now 1 to the body. But the 1 of the arms was from the hunt event that we got, and he took a damage to the arm. So with that is the White Lion's turn. We'll discard the Claw card. And it is now our turn. So we'll go ahead and shoot Athena's bow. Since Athena is within range, she has to use her movement and her action since it's cumbersome. It's a range of 6, it's 2 shots, and it's a 7+ to hit the White Lion. No bonuses on this one, so it's a straight 7+ to hit. 2 misses for Athena. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to we're going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tell you what, we're going to move Zeus over here. I don't want him to be in front of the White Lion, and so we'll go ahead and do that and let him attack the White Lion from the side, because I want to open up the blind spot to my other 2 survivors. So Zeus, who has he's got 6 movement, doesn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can actually make it to the blind spot, so we'll go ahead and do that. I forgot about that +1 movement we got from the courage bull dimension. So we'll go ahead and attack with Zeus. He's got 2 attacks. The axe is a 6+ to hit. He's in a blind spot. He needs a 5. So a 3 and a 4. So that's 2 misses. And we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and use Adam. So Adam's got fist and tooth. It's an 8+. He needs a 7. So there's 1 hit on the white lion, and we'll draw from the hit location deck. And that hit location is the beast back. So there's a failure reaction which makes him move forward, and there's a critical wound that we could possibly get. So Adam has a +2 strength, and it's a 0 strength for the fist and tooth with a +2. That adds to the white lion has a basic toughness of 8, and so Adam's going to need a 6. That's a 1. So Adam does fail. It says fully move forward in a straight line, cancel all hits out of range. So he's going to move forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where the white lion's going to stop. So now we're over to Eve, and Eve can't actually get to him. But Eve does have the rawhide headband attachment to the vest, so that she can use her AI, her action to look at the top AI cards. So what we're going to do is, it looks like Athena's going to be the closest. We're going to move her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll move her here, and we'll have her look at the top 2 AI cards. So what we got is Smart Cat and Grasp. So Grasp says the closest knockdown survivor, and then the closest survivor in range, and it's only a 1 speed. But afterwards, if you hit, or you after you do damage, he'll grab the survivor. But we actually have a lot of survivor, we can dodge that. So I don't want to put Smart Cat because you'll look through and grab the first 2 move cards and put them into play. So we want that gone. So we're going to go ahead and put Grasp on the top, because I think we can dodge that if he does hit with it against our survivor. So we'll rotate the monster controller over to Adam, and that is the end of our turn. Not very productive turn. He is not within 5 of the Nightmare Fruit. So we'll draw the AI card that we know what it is. It is Grasp. So pick target, closest knockdown survivor. That is nobody. The closest survivor in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Eve could actually be the target. And while we probably should have put her in the grass, I'm guessing. But we'll move him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll have him attack Eve. He'll attack with 1 attack, and it's a 2+ to hit. Eve has a +1 evasion from the rawhide vest, so he's going to need a 3 to hit us. A 2. So we don't even need to use our survival, and that is the end of that. So now it is our turn. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have Athena. So if he actually attacks Athena from the reaction, and he stays there, he's going to be within 5 of that Nightmare Fruit. So I'm actually going to move Athena forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move her way over here, and I'm going to have Athena use Fist and Tooth. So she'll go ahead and use Fist and Tooth. 2 attacks, she needs an 8+. 2 misses. So that is the end of Athena's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will go ahead and move Zeus over here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and move Zeus over here. 2 attacks. It's a 5+ to hit. So there's 2 hits, a 6 and a 7. Let's see what those hit locations are. So here they are. One is the beast's chest, and the other is the beast's heel. So the beast's heel really has no negative, so we will do that one first. And there is a failure on the beast's chest, which has him move forward, which means he will grab Eve. Right. So we'll go ahead and attack. So the beast heal, he's got a +1 strength, and the weapon itself is a +3 strength, so that's +4. So he's going to need a 4 to wound the white lion. So that's a 6. So there's our first wound on the white lion. We know what this is. It was Smart Cat. We'll move it into the we'll move this into the wound stack. And next one is the beast chest. Again, we need a 4. That's a 1. So it is a failure. So he's going to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to grab Eve and drop her on the ground right there. And Eve is going to take a damage to a location, which is the foot. So she does have 1 armor on the foot from her cloth leggings, but she does get placed knocked down in front of the white lion. The other survivor we've got is Adam. So Adam's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to search that survivor corpse. So let's see what he actually gets. So here's the survivor corpse. Rolling, he gets a 2. So gain +1 insanity. So that's all that happens. The other options are he could have got some resources. So Adam is sitting at 9 insanity. That's all he got from searching that survivor corpse. So we'll archive the train, meaning put it back in the box. And that ends up being the end of our turn. So again, 1 damage to the white lion. We did get him away from the nightmare tree. I could encourage Eve to stand up, which I might do here. I think we're going to do that with Adam. So Adam's going to use one of his survival, and he's going to encourage Eve to stand up. So Eve has yet to take her turn, so she will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's using her bone sword. It's a 6+ to hit. It's a 5+ because she's in the blind spot. So there's 2 hits with the bone blade. Okay. And those hit locations are the fuzzy groin and the beast femur. So we'll go ahead and do the beast femur first and then the fuzzy groin. If you remember right, she does have a -1 strength from gaping chest wound. So the bone blade is a strength of 2. So it's just a modifier of 1 here. And the lion's got a toughness of 8. That means I need a 7 to wound. So here's the beast femur. That's a failure. And now the fuzzy groin. And that's a failure. So that ends up being the extent of our turn. We will go ahead and draw an AI card for the white lion. The monster controller is now Eve, who's in the blind spot. And we get bat around. So what we've got is the closest threat facing in range. Nobody's facing the white lion. He's facing, oh, I'm sorry. Let me zoom out and show you where we are. Okay, he's facing the edge of the board. The next pick target is the closest threat in field of view. So that would end up being Athena. So the white lion can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he will get to Athena. Athena's got a lot of damage. So what we're going to do is after he picks Athena, Athena's going to dash. Oh, Athena cannot dash because Athena has 0 survival. So Athena's going to take this. So he's going to go turn around and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he gets to attack Athena. It's 2 attacks. It's a 5+ accuracy for bat around. So with a 5+ accuracy, and she's in the grass, he needs a 7 to hit her. So 2, she needs a 7. That is 2 hits on Athena. It's 1 damage, and she'll have to take it. She has no survival. So body and body. So she takes a light and a heavy, which again knocks her down. And then after damage, the monster playfully bats the survivor around. The survivor suffers brain damage equal to the monster's level. So Athena had 4, now she has 3 insanity. And she took the maximum extent of that card. Both hits plus the insanity damage. Okay, the monster is 6 spaces away from that nightmare fruit, so that is good. Athena was knocked down on the monster's turn, so she's going to stay knocked down. And now it's our turn. So we're going to go ahead and move Zeus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll move him 5, and we'll have him attack twice. Again, the Bone Blade needs a 6+ to hit. So there's a 6 and a 5, so that's 1 hit. And the hit location is the Beast Tail. The reflex will make him move forward, so hopefully he doesn't do that, because not only will he grab Athena, but he'll be close to that Nightmare Fruit. So Zeus needs a 4. He's got a +1 strength plus +3 for the Bone Axe, so he does need a 4 to wound White Lion. So that's a 1. So the reflex is, he goes forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's right up in this tree. He's right next to the Nightmare Fruit. The White Lion's going to drop Athena there, so she's going to take a damage. And she'll take a damage to... I put the White Lion in the tree. She'll take a damage to what body location? Looks like the hand. So that's a light injury for her hand, but she does get knocked down in front of the White Lion. She was already knocked down, so she can't really get knocked down again. And now Eve will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She'll use her headband to look at the top 2 AI cards. Terrifying Roar and Grass. We will go ahead and do Terrifying Roar. The reason is, target the furthest survivor in range. We will do Terrifying Roar so that he doesn't grab Athena again. Maybe Athena will actually live this round. And Adam will go 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's right in the middle of that tree. 4, 5. We'll go here with Adam. And that's all we can do. We don't have any ranged weapons for Adam. That's really all we can do. We're getting in desperation times. So Zeus is going to use one of his survival. So he's down to 3 to have Athena stand up. So Athena will stand up and we'll move her. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll move her right up next to Adam. Okay? And that is the end of our turn. So now he's going to trigger Monster Fruit at the start of the monster's turn, before performing any other actions. If the monster is within 5 spaces of the Nightmare Fruit miniature, it full moves forward towards it. He's done. He's right next to it. Then if adjacent, it consumes it, remove it from the board, and heal 1 wound. So we'll remove the Nightmare Fruit from the board, and we'll heal 1 wound, which is his only wound. So that is done. And now he will start his turn for real, which is Terrifying Roar. All non-death survivors roll a d10 per target. If the result is 2+, it is higher than the target's courage. Target suffers a brain damage per monster level and knockback 6. So let's do that. So we'll start with Eve. So her courage is 3. So it's got to be, what does it say? It's got to be higher than the target's courage. So it's got to be at least a 4. So Eve is fine. We're going to start with Athena. Her courage is 4, so it's got to be at least a 5. So that does hit Athena. And it says she suffers a brain damage per monster level, so she's down to 2 insanity. Okay, and knockback 6. So knockback from the lion could be any direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't say knockdown, just knockback 6. We'll go ahead and go with Zeus. So it needs to be a 4. So Zeus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, against the board edge. He has 14 insanity now. Athena actually has 3 insanity. So she did get targeted by this because it targets everybody. And this is the way I play it. And because it targets everybody, it targets her. She was the monster controller. So that brain damage is actually negated. And lastly, we've got Adam. We need a 4. He's got 3 courage. And he's fine. Okay, so the next thing on the card says perform basic action, target the furthest survivor. Okay, so this just happened. If he ends up targeting Zeus, he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to knock Eve over. So Eve is actually going to move out of the way. 1. She just has to give him a clear lane. So she'll move, she'll use her survival because there's a break in action and she can do that. And she's down to 2 survival. Okay, so he will target. So he will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that is right? Basic action, target the furthest survivor in range. I always mess some of this stuff up. So there's no reason for Eve to move. He's going to go here. She is the furthest survivor in range, so we'll give her her survival back. It's an accident on my part. Okay, and we'll attack Eve. Okay, pause that. I used a survival for Zeus earlier, and he has a rawhide set. So let's see if he retains that survival. He does. So Zeus is still sitting at 4 survival. Okay, now let's do that basic attack against Eve. So the basic attack for the white lion is 2 attacks. It is a 2+ to hit, and it's 1 damage apiece. So Eve has 1 evasion, so it's a 2+, 3+. She's in the grass, it's a 4+, 5+. It's a 5+ to hit Eve. 2 attacks on her, that's a 1 and a 6, so that's 1 hit. And it'll attack and hit her on the hand. Let's see. That will give her a heavy, so Eve will dodge that and drop her down to 2 survival. And that is the end of the white lion's turn. So the white lion is back up to full health again, and we are not. So here we go again. Let's do this again. Eve's going to go 1, 2. Let's get her out of the front of the lion, and she'll attack from the side, which is going to give her 6 to hit. So here's 2 bow blade strikes, 2 misses. Okay, and Adam, 1, 2, 3. So Adam's going to stay right there. And he's going to attack the white lion from the rear. Remember, he's using fist and tooth. It's an 8+, it's a 7+ because he's in the blind spot. So there's 2 hits, a 7 and a 10. Okay, and 2 locations is the beast's maw and the beast's ribs. So the beast's maw will not have a negative. It's a wound reaction, but you have to have +3 understanding to get anything. And the other one is a failure, which could knock him down. So we're going to do the beast's ribs first, and then we'll go ahead and do the beast's maw. So the beast's ribs, Adam's got a +2 strength, so he needs a 6 to wound the white lion. That does not. And a 6 to wound the maw. That's a 9. So with fist and tooth, it is considered deadly. So a 9 and a 10 are crits. So it's actually a crit on this location. So the critical wound location says the blow destroys the white lion's jaw. No jaw affects some AI cards. Roll a d10 on a 5+, the white lion's jaw flies off its face and the attacker gains 1 courage and 1 survival. Come on, 5+. Of course not. But we did injure the white lion, so there's an AI card. And it's a persistent injury, so he's got no jaw, so hopefully that helps when it comes to him trying to bite us. So that was Eve, and that was Adam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Catgut bow has a range of 6, so Athena's going to go ahead and take 2 shots. It's a 7+ to hit, and she misses twice. And that leaves Zeus, our tank, who's way out here. We're going to move him forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to move up 6. And I'm going to go ahead and use a survival to dash him to get him within range of the white lion. So he didn't lose that survival, so he's down to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll go ahead and try to strike twice. I'm thinking I probably should put him in the grass. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll put him in the grass. So 2 shots, it's a 6+ to hit. And he hits once with a 9. So the hit location is the beast flank, which makes no sense at all since I'm facing him. If he does wound, he becomes a priority target token, which is good. That's what we want. It's a 3 strength on the axe with his +1, so I need a 4 to wound the white lion. That's an 8, so that did wound the white lion. Cats hate this. The monster is very upset. The attacker gains the priority target token. So he's got the priority target token. We'll put the hit location into the discard pile, and we'll take an AI card and put that in the wound stack. And that is the end of our turn. The monster controller now rotates to Zeus. And it is Vicious Claw. So random survivor in range. Well, it's going to target Zeus. And when he gets targeted, the priority target token goes away. It's 2 attacks. It's a 2+ to hit, and it does give me bleed. So it's a 2+. Zeus has evasion of 2, thanks to his equipment. That makes it a 4+, and in the grass makes it a 6+. So here's his 2 shots at 6+. It's 1 hit on Zeus. 1 damage to the hand. So Zeus does have an armor left on his hand. He'll take it. And then after damage, target gains 1 bleeding token. So not a big deal. It's Zeus's first bleeding token. So we'll go ahead and give that to him. And that is Vicious Claw. Back to our turn. And Zeus will attack from the front again. So 2 shots, he needs a 6+. That's a perfect hit. So if you remember right, Zeus is crazed. So on a perfect hit, he does gain an insanity. So there's his insanity. I just recorded it. He's at 15. And he hit the Glorious Mane. So I can only crit on this. So let's look for that Lantern 10. And no. So the Glorious Mane is gone. Into the discard pile. I was not able to give him a haircut. And now Zeus will go ahead and move out of the way. So he'll just move 1. Adam's right in the blind spot, so we're going to go ahead and have Adam attack. He needs a 7+ because he's in the blind spot with Fist and Tooth. And there's a 7 and a 10. So that's 2 hits. And the 2 locations are the Fleshy Gut and the Beast Knee. So the Fleshy Gut is a failure reaction, and he'll perform basic action against me, and the knee has no negative. So that's the order we're going to do it in. We're going to do the knee first. So again, he's got a +2 strength, 0 for the Fist and Tooth. He needs a 6 to wound. 6 to wound the Beast Knee. Negative, 6 to wound the Fleshy Gut. That's a crit. So there's a critical wound on the Fleshy Gut. We'll take this AI card before we forget. The white lion vomits all over you. It feels awesome. Gain a basic random resource and +3 insanity. Okay, so that takes him to 12 insanity. And we'll go ahead and draw him a basic resource. Shuffle it up real good. And pull 1. It ends up being some mysterious bit. Go ahead and put it on Adam's card. So good job by Adam getting us an extra resource there. And now Adam's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just in case the lion moves forward, I want him to be within range. But this also clears out the blind spot for Eve. So Eve's going to attack twice with the Bone Blade, needing a 5. There's one hit, and it hits the beast tricep. There is a failure, which has him do a basic action, so hopefully she doesn't fail. -1 strength, +2 with the bone sword. She needs a 7 to wound the white lion. She did not. So failure means he's going to perform the basic action, and he's going to target her. So again, she's got a +1 evasion. The basic action is 2 attacks. It's a 2+. It's going to be a 3+ to hit her. 2 hits to the waist and to the body. Eve. So she has 0 armor on the body now, and 0 armor on the waist. And now the final one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is Athena. Athena will go ahead and take 2 shots with her bow. She needs a 7 to hit. There's a 10, so that's 1 hit. The hit location is the soft belly. There is no negative. That's an 8, so that is a wound. Finally, with the catgut bow. And just a basic wound, that's the AI card. And that is the end of our turn. So the monster controller will rotate to Adam, and the AI card will state, Smart Cat. Oh, that's right. Reveal the top 10 AI cards one at a time. Put the first 2 moods cards revealed into play, then reshuffle the deck. Well, I'm looking at the rest of our AI cards. I'm looking at the rest of our AI cards, and there are no moods because of Smart Cat. So, if no mood cards are put into play as a result of Smart Cat, draw an AI and archive Smart Cat. Archive means take out the game. So we'll go ahead and take that out of the game, and we'll draw another AI card. We'll shuffle these first because we've already gone through all the AI cards. Okay, and we will draw this AI card, and it is Grasp. Closest knockdown survivor in range. Nobody's knocked down. Closest survivor in range. That would be Eve. So he's going to attack her once, and it's a 2+ to hit her. It's a 3+ because of her evasion. And it's a 1. So he missed, and that is the end of his turn. Okay, so once again, back to our turn. Eve's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that she's in the blind spot. She will attack this white lion twice with her bone blade. She needs a 6+, a 5+ because she's in the blind spot. 2 misses. Zeus will come across. He will attack twice. He needs 5s. That's 2 hits. We are getting close to that trap. So the Beast Paw failure, it's a basic attack with a +2 damage. And the Scapular Deltoid means he moves forward and will be over there at the edge of the board. So, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to hit the Beast Paw. I know it's a basic action and it targets me with a +2 damage, but I'm going to bet on the fact that he's going to wound. So, Zeus actually needs a 4+. It's an 8. He's got 3 strength with the axe, and he's got a basic 1 strength. So he needs a 4 or better to wound. That's a 2. He fails. So the white line's going to basic action, target the attacker. He's got +2 evasion, +2 for being in the grass, so it's a 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+, 6+ to hit him. 6+ to hit Zeus, that's a 3 and a 1. So he missed twice. Thank goodness. And the other one is the Scapular Deltoid. And Zeus fails again. He's going to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to grab our 2 survivors, do a damage to them in random locations. Here's Eve's damage, which is in the foot. That's a light injury for her. And for Zeus, it's in the foot. So that's his first damage to the foot. He's got 1 armor left. So Adam's going to use Fist and Tooth and try to attack the white lion. And he's got an 8. Yep, he's got an 8, so that's 1 hit on the white lion. And it's the elbow. If he does fail, he's going to grab these 2 survivors again. That is a 7. He's got a +2 strength, which makes it basically a 9, so he does wound the white lion. And now Athena, who's in the grass, will take her 2 shots. A 9 and an 8, so that's 2 hits. There it is. There's clever ploy. Trap. The attacker is caught in the white lion's ruse and is savagely mauled. Attacker is doomed. Perform basic action, target the attacker. 1, 2. Okay, and so the white lion will attack Athena. It's just a basic action. So we're going to go ahead and, 1, shuffle up the hit locations while I'm sitting here. And then we'll do that basic action on Athena. Luckily, she's in the grass, so it will be a 4+ to hit her. I'm hoping that at least one of those misses, because she's in some dire straits. She took a lot of damage in the hunt phase, and she didn't start with any armor either. So do we cut? We do cut. And now the white lion is going to take 2 attacks on Athena. She's in the grass. The white lion needs 4s. That's 2 hits to 2 locations. She'll take it to the waist and the head. So the waist is now a heavy injury, so she's knocked down, and the head already had it filled in, so she's going to take a severe injury to the head. So we'll break out the most dreaded chart, which is the severe injury chart. Okay, and again, as you guys know, rolls high are always good. So that's a 2. So her head explodes. Your head erupts in a shower of gore, killing you instantly. All other survivors are so disturbed that they lose a survival. So Athena is gone. It's our first death. And everyone else loses a survival. So Zeus is down to 2. Adam is down to 2. And Eve is down to 1. Poor Athena is no more. Okay, and it is the white lion's turn now, because that was at the end of my turn. And terrifying roar. All non-death survivor. So on a roll of 1d10 per target, on a 2+ or higher, it's got to be higher than their courage, they suffer brain damage and knockback 6. So again, we'll go around the horn here. Eve has a courage of 3, so he needs a 4. So she's safe. Zeus has a toughness of 3, or a courage of 3, so he needs a 4. So that will give him a brain damage. So he's at 14, and he gets knocked back 6. So to the edge of the board. And finally, you've got Adam, who's got a courage of 3, so he needs a 4. So Adam is okay. So now on the card it says, perform basic action, target the furthest survivor in range. So that will be Zeus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so 2 attacks on Zeus. It's a 2+, 3+, 4+. 4+ to hit Zeus. So there's 1 hit on Zeus, and it's going to hit Zeus in the waist. So that's his first hit to the waist, so we'll take that. One armor left. And that's the end of the white lion's turn. So at the end of the white lion's turn, our survivors will stand up, and it is our turn. Okay, and with that, Zeus is going to come around. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Zeus. You've got the axe. You've got to be our heavy hitter. He needs 5s to hit this white lion. There's a 6 and a 1. That's 1 hit. And it hits him in the temple. A failure means he will do a basic action. I need a 4 to wound him. That's a 1. He turns around, does a basic action, which is 2 attacks, 4+ to hit Zeus. That's 2 hits. And they are to the head and the body. He's going to take the head, because that's his first hit to the head. He's got one armor left. And he'll take it to the body, so he doesn't have any more armor on the body. Eve will come around. 1, 2, 3. She will try to hit the white lion. She needs 6s. There's one hit. It hits him in the clever ploy. There's the trap, the second card in. So stand by while I shuffle the hit location deck. Do I cut it? No. And he will do 2 attacks on Eve. She is doomed. There's 2 hits on Eve, and it'll hit her in the waist and waist. So that is a heavy injury to her, meaning that she gets knocked down. And Adam's going to come around with Fist and Tooth and see what he can do, hitting in the blind spot. There's one hit. A 6. He's got a 8+ to hit, 7 in the, so that's one hit. And he hits him in the tricep. Failure is a basic attack. So he's got a +2 strength. He needs a 6 to wound. That's a 7. So here's an AI card gone. And if you're keeping track, he's got 2 in the discard pile, 1 AI card in the draw pile, plus his 1 basic, so he's got 4 life left. That is the end of our turn. The monster controller rotates to Zeus. I don't make the monster controller rotate to the dead character, so I'll skip Athena since she's dead, and the monster controller is now Zeus. And the AI card is Claw, closest threat facing. Eve is not a threat. Closest threat in field of view, that is Zeus. So Zeus is going to get an insanity. And he will get attacked twice. So he's going to need, with Zeus's 2 evasion, a 4+ to hit him. So there's 1 hit on Zeus, a 9 and a 1. And it's going to hit Zeus in the body. So that'll be a light injury to Zeus in the body. We'll go ahead and take that. It is now Zeus's turn. Well, so Eve got knocked down on our turn, so Eve will stand up, and I think he's going to come around. She'll come around 4. She'll attack the white lion from the rear. It's 2 attacks. She needs 5+ to hit. There's 2 hits on the white lion. Can you believe it? Trap. It was the 3rd card in. Maybe I need to shuffle up a little better. Just give me a second. He will turn around and do a basic attack on Eve. And she will be doomed. She does have 2 injuries to her waist, so we can see the demise of Eve depending on what these rolls are. Okay, I have shuffled up the hit location deck, and I'm going to see if I need to cut it. I do. Okay, and it will be 2 attacks on Eve. It's a 3+ to hit her since she has +1 evasion. So there's 1 hit on Eve. It'll hit her in the body. So that's a light injury on her body. And that will be the end of her turn. Zeus is right now in the blind spot. So Zeus is going to attack in the blind spot. He needs 5s. So there's 2 hits. It's a perfect hit because he's crazed, so he's at 16. And the 2 hit locations are the heel and the ribs. So the ribs and the wound reaction doesn't count unless I have 3 understanding. So neither one of them are negatives, but the ribs will give me a -1 toughness for the creature if I were to crit. So let's go ahead and do the ribs first. So we'll try to hit the beast ribs. That is a crit. So that is one of the AI cards. And because the Bone Axe is savage, once per attack, if you critically wound, cause 1 additional wound. The effect does not apply. So there's 2 wounds. And he gets a -1 toughness token. I wish I would have got that at the beginning of this battle instead of near the end, but we'll put a -1 toughness token on him. The force of the blow breaks the White Lion's ribs, weakening it. White Lion gains -1 toughness. The next attack we've got then is the Beast's Heel. With that -1 toughness, he's only going to need a 3 to wound him. That's a 2. So he did not wound. And Adam. Adam's going to come around to the blind spot. Or do I want Adam to be attacked? Let's see. You see, the thing is, Adam has yet to be hit. He's got 1 damage to the arm. But here's our tank. He's in the blind spot. I really want the White Lion not to attack Eve, because she's hurting. So we're going to go ahead and... He just attacked. We're going to move him. We're going to have Eve dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, we're going to have Eve dash, and the reason is, she has 0 survival, by the way. The reason is, I don't want the White Lion attacking her, because she's almost dead. I'd rather have the White Lion attack Adam. So I want Adam not to be in the blind spot, so depending on what the AI card is, Adam can be seen. So Adam's going to take 2 shots. It's an 8+ because he's got distant tooth. So there's a 10 and an 8. Adam is a monster. Fuzzy groin and the scapular deltoid. So we'll go ahead and do the fuzzy groin first because there's no failure. The scapular deltoid, if I fail, he'll run forward. So the fuzzy groin first. Again, there's +2 strength on Adam, so he's going to need a 6 to wound. So that does not wound the fuzzy groin. And the scapular deltoid is an 8. It doesn't crit, but it does wound him. So now the White Lion does not have any AI cards left. And he'll do a basic action. So the monster controller, again, rotating to Adam. Pick target closest survivor in field of view. That's Adam. And it'll be 2 attacks on him. Adam has no evasion, so it's going to be a 2+ to hit Adam on these attacks. So 2 hits on Adam. And it's going to hit Adam in the body and the foot. So he'll go ahead and take both of them. He's got 1 armor left on the body, and that's a light injury to the foot. And at this point, we'll need 1 more hit on the White Lion to actually kill it. All of our characters have actually hit with their weapon of proficiency, I believe. And except maybe Eve. I didn't mark that down, so just in case, we're going to try to attack with Eve. So Eve's going to attack twice. She needs 6s to hit. There's 1 hit. It's going to hit the White Lion's back. Failure means he's going to run over Adam. So let's see what happens. So that's a 5, 6, 7 with a -1 toughness. So I did fail to wound him. He's going to run forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to drag Adam with him and do 1 damage to Adam's head, which is Adam's first hit to the head. He's still got 1 armor. And that was not pleasant. So Zeus is going to come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Luckily, he's got +1 movement, and Zeus is going to try to take him down. So there's a perfect hit, which gives him 17 insanity. And it's 2 hits because he's in the blind spot. So the wound makes him the party target, and this one will make him run over Adam again. So we're going to go ahead and do this one first. And again, he needs a 3. So that wound did not happen. And here's the beast chest, which means a failure will make him run forward. And that is a 3. That is barely enough to actually wound him. Again, he's got a +3 strength weapon, a -1 toughness on the monster makes it a +4, and he's got a +1 strength, which makes it a 5. He's got a toughness of 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. So he does wound the White Lion and kill him. So we take down the White Lion Not in a good way, but at least these are taken out. And now we'll go to the rewards of taking down the white line. So +1 hunt experience for everybody that survived. Zeus is now up to 4. Adam is up to 4. Eve is up to 4. Okay? And the next thing is weapon proficiency level. We'll go ahead and increase piston tooth for Adam. We'll increase the axe for Zeus. And I will check on Eve when I look through the playthrough to see if she actually wounded. I don't believe she did. If she did, I will give her 1 weapon proficiency level when I look through this video. And then you're going to get 4 basic and 4 white lion resources. So looking through the basic resources, we are going to get another mystery bit, a hide, an organ, and a bone. Okay. And as far as the white lion resources, we'll shuffle those up, and we're going to get the cat's eye, excellent, the whiskers, sinew, and great cat bones. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. We will deal with the death of Athena during the settlement phase next time, and we will see what we're going to buy with our resources. I think the last thing we have here is the lonely tree, right? And if the survivors are victorious and any fruit remain on the showdown board, we get the nightmare fruit. Unfortunately, this white lion ate that nightmare fruit. Zeus was the one who killed the white lion, so we're going to go ahead and roll for my promo card again. And remember, add the luck. He's got 0 modifier on luck, so he needs a land or 10, and he'll get one of the promo cards. A 9. So close. So, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the settlement phase for the beginning of Land on Year 4.